So I want to start with you of tracking, allow yourself to perceive, although I could tell that did stuff for you, the last one. So what are all the exploiters that are here? Whoa. Okay. So what are all the entities that are in your reality? What are all the demonics that are in your reality? So let me go back. Entities. What are all the portals? Ooh. So truth, how much you an entity portal? How much you something else? Okay. So what are all the demonics? Wow. What are all the creatures? That's kind of quiet. Aliens? Yeah. Reptilians? Archons? Yeah, so we got archons. Um, uh, gods? Whoa. Angels? Seraphim? Wow. Okay. Uh, angel helpers, anything calls itself holy? Yeah. So what percent are aliens? More than 50, less than 50, more than 40, less than 40, more than 30, less than 30, more than 25, 20. So something less than 30, 25 to 30% of what's going on in your reality is alien. I would say most of what's going on in your reality is related to gods. There's a smoothness. Aliens have just a wicked jaggedness. It's like a sawtooth waveform. Gods are the smooth, slick, crushing. So gods like suffering. If you have suffering in your reality, you have gods going on. Do you have any suffering in your reality?
Yes.
No.
And torment, like I'm being tormented
Yep.
right now. It hurts.
Yep. So gods feed through generating suffering. So like suffering is their food. The symbol to remember for that, I love the Christian symbol. It's the cross. It's like, here's this church of love and light. And what are we going to put there? We're going to put a sign of a cross, the most torturous way that you can kill a human being. I'm like, that kind of says straight up what's going on there. I love that. In a really sick and twisted way. So let's grab everything. So what are the entities, demonic creatures, aliens, reptilians, parasitics, beings, doings, gods, aliens, light beings, archons, pre-tag, pre-encapsulate, freeze, step down, trace, scan it down. All the remaining exploiters, corruptors, tricksters, pre-tag, pre-encapsulate all, freeze, step down, trace, scan it down. And where were we when they were created, assembled, gilded, sourced at their inception, insertion, creation, distortion, corruption, pre-tag, pre-encapsulate, freeze, step down, trace, scan it down. What are all their controllers, handlers, commanders, all their customers, clients, shareholders, stockholders, board directors, all their networks, hives, civilizations, universes, pre-tag, pre-encapsulate all. And where were we when all these energies were created, assembled, gilded, sourced at their inception, insertion, wow, modification, corruption, distortion, pre-tag, pre-encapsulate, freeze, top down, trace, scan, ideal. And can we banish all these energies from all dimensions, realities, parallels, virtual reality, world simulations?
Yes, I choose that.
Yeah, I choose that. And out, banish, anchors, out, banish it. Resend the book you can't reclaim, vaporize, divine, null, void, out, banish, anchors, out, banish, anchors. Resend the book you can't reclaim, vaporize, out, banish. And what is everything remaining that's holding? Wow, what is everything that says no? Yep. And so everything is holding, everything that says no. How much of that is local body? Is that local being? Yeah. How much is that due to agreements, binds, agreements, points of view? How much is that false light? Yeah. Okay. So you got the false light paradigm. Okay, cool. What's the most direct way to get there? So everyone that's binding to everyone and everything that's binding and holding, planet, universe, a lot of universe stuff. Okay, cool. So allow yourself to perceive how much is it your local point of view that we shouldn't clear this, and how much is it a distant or foreign point of view?
Distant or foreign. Yeah.
Yeah. And so everywhere that so for all the versions, all the aspects, everywhere that you're listening to distant and foreign, can we just try and create all that?
Yes, I choose
yeah, I choose that. And what is all the identity theft, borrowed credibility, encapsulate all the Trojan horses. Wow, encapsulate all the inversions upside down, inside out, backwards, encapsulate all the false reciprocal debt that they helped us, so we have to help them. Wow, encapsulate all that and all the recursive entrapments. No, encapsulate all. And can we shrink all this stuff down to less than nothing?
Yes, I choose that.
I choose that. Boo. No void, no void, no void. No void, no void. Oh. Wow. Wow. And can we banish all these energies from all dimensions, realities, parallels, virtual worlds, simulations?
Yes, I choose that.
Yeah, I choose it. And out, banish anguish, out, banish anguish, out. Out, banishing, out, banishing. Resend book, you can't reclaim vaporize, so crying, no void, no void, out, banishing. Out. And so allow yourself to perceive what are all the remaining aliens, archons, reptilians. You don't have reptilians in your space.
Draconians.
Draconians. Yeah, there's some there. So what are all the lower level aliens, all the medium level aliens, all the upper level aliens? You have mostly medium, you have some upper level aliens, pre-tag, pre-encapsulate, freeze, tap down, trace, scan, ideal, and all their networks, hive, civilizations, universes, and all their controllers, handlers, commanders, pre-tag, pre-encapsulate, freeze, tap down, trace, scan, ideal. And where were we when all these energies were created, assembled, gilded, sourced at their inception, insertion, modification, corruption, distortion? Wow, pre-tag, pre-encapsulate, freeze, tap down, trace, scan, ideal. All their networks, hive, civilizations, universes, all their controllers, handlers, commanders, pre-tag, pre-encapsulate, freeze, tap down, trace, scan, ideal. And where were we when these were created, assembled, gilded, sourced at their inception, insertion, creation, distortion, corruption, pre-tag, pre-encapsulate, all? And can we banish all these energies?
Yes, I choose that.
I choose it. Out. Banish anguish. Out. Banish anguish. Out. Banish. Out. Resend book. You can't reclaim vaporize by no light. Out. Banish anguish. Out. Banish anguish. Wow. And what is everything that is unable or unwilling to leave? What is everything that says no to banishing? And how much is that local body? No. How much is that local being? No, some agreements. What is how much is this planet? Oh, that's awkward. And how much is it is universe? Okay, so you work a lot with universe, more so than planet. So so you're not as grounded to planet. You're more grounded, connected into universe, which is not necessarily useful for your body. Your being may like it, but your body does not. So being, planet, universe, what is everything that binds or connects you to these aliens? Wow. And what is all the unconsciousness, anti-consciousness, energy fog, disinformation, cloaking, Wernicke spans, booby traps, covert, unseen, unacknowledged, undisclosed, unknowable, unspeakable, unseeable, untouchable, undetectable around all this? Whoa. All that in the pile? Wow. And wow. And what is everything that you're aligning and agreeing with? Resisting and reacting to, defending for, defending against, righteous for, righteous against, all that in the pile. Whoa. Wow. And what is everything that was the benefit or value of holding on to or engaging in any of these energies? Kind of empty. Was everything that was not the benefit or value? Oh, there's a lot of not benefit or value, but it's really light, so it's inverted. So what is all what are all the inversions, inside outs, upside downs, backwards here? Encapsulate. What are all the Trojan horses here? Identity theft, borrowed credibility, false reciprocal debt. Whoa. Encapsulate. And can we destroy and create all that stuff?
I choose that.
I choose
that.
Ooh. Crunch, 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 crunch. Wow. And out. Banish anguish. Out. Banish anguish. Out. Banish anguish. Out, banish anguish. Resend book, you can't reclaim vaporize. I know it. Out, banish anguish. Out, banish anguish. And what is everything that we, planet, universe, agreed we would do for any of these energies? Any of these aliens? What is everything they agreed they would do for us? Oh, we'll do these amazing things for you. At the same time, they're saying, oh, and we'll crush you and pulverize you into dust. Oh, thank you. You're so nice. And so what is everything that, how do I know what's the closest, fastest way to get through that? So if So what is all the identity theft and borrowed credibility around this? Oh, encapsulate with all the Trojan horses. Wow. What are the inversions, upside downs, inside out, sideways, encapsulate. Man, even on the alien stuff. The false reciprocal debt. Wow. Encapsulate. And can we shrink all that down to less than nothing?
Yes, I choose
I
that.
choose it. Boo. Wow. That's something I hadn't seen before. I know that gods and aliens work together kind of reluctantly. They kind of, they struggle with each other. But in this case, I could feel aliens had helped.
Yeah.
No, gods had helped aliens get entangled because it generates more suffering so they can feed more.
Yes.
I was like, wow, that's brilliant.
It's like they're all ganging up on me. If I start throughout the day, I'll work out and I'm like,
yep, I got it. Yeah. I got it. I understand. And so and so what is all the, so what's the most direct way to get, that threw me off. What's the most direct way to get from where we are now to where we're seeking to be? So what you just started to do when you went into story there is, and I know you don't think of that as story, but it was story. You start to bring in this synthetic reality that just kind of starts to spin things around, and it basically starts to reinstall stuff. So
yeah, I can't even think, eh?
Yeah. And so what's the most direct way to get from where we are now to where we're seeking to be with all this? Receive. Okay, I lost it. So everything remaining, can we shrink all that down to less than nothing?
I choose that.
Yeah, I choose that. Boo. Null void, null void, null void, null void, null void, null void. And where is that going? I don't remember, but I'm going to change over to gods. And so allow yourself. So you want to look at the false light program as priority 1. That anchors gods into your reality, unlike anything else. Anywhere that you've bought into religion. How much did you engage classical religions? Not so much. Right?
Yeah, I'm actually going to catechism now. In this right now.
Serious.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So if you're doing that, you're wasting your time in this program, because you're going to a place to actively install a God reality. And here we're clearing God realities.
Wow. Well, I was trying to do that to get away from the demons because I thought I was being taken over by demons.
So the demons work for the gods. The gods send demons to create suffering so they can harvest energies. The whole thing is a trap. The whole religion thing is a trap. It's all stuff to twist your mind in circles to generate pain and suffering so they can harvest energy from you, period. That's the bottom line. I hate to break the news to you, but they're the ones who install and run the demonics. So the hierarchy, even by their own description of things, is that there are gods, there are seraphim, there are the higher level angels, the lower level angels, and then there's the reverse of that. There's the fallen angels, and then there's the darker ones below that, and the darker ones below that, and the devils and demons, and they're part of the same paradigm. It's the same coin. It's just you've got the God side of the coin, the heads and the tails. You've got the God side of the coin, and you've got the demon side of the coin. And as long as you hold the coin, you've got both sides of that coin. It's one paradigm. They pretend to oppose each other, and they do, polarity-wise, but they create polarity, which creates an entrapment.
I understand. Shit, man. It's like everything in life is a polarity. Like, how do you go through life?
Yes, it is. You get to a place where you start to step out of the polarity. Polarity is about creating tangle. There are people on this planet who are seeking to get involved in limitation. They come to the planet to swim in and explore in limitation. Drug addicts, you can anyone who's struggling and suffering, they're looking to get down to the bottom, the deepest depth of suffering, to find the limit of that, so that they can go, yes, okay, I got the limit on this side, I now go back, I can now go in the other direction. And so it's like, what direction do you want to go? Do you want to go down into more suffering and struggle? Then by all means, religion is an awesome way to do that. And I'm not one to tell anybody not to. If your direction is down into suffering and struggle, to explore with that and master that and find the pits of hell, by all means, go do that.
I thought I was there. I feel like I'm there right now. This feels like right now it's my whole body's burning. I feel like my whole body's burning, and the lower half of my body feels horrible right now.
Yeah. So
it feels like hell.
What you are, and that's what religion is. It's to take you to hell, and they tell you that, but it's all inverted. It's all flipped around backwards. The symbology in a lot of cases, especially Christian, is very blunt. Here's a cross, and you're going to pray to this cross, this sign of suffering and torture and death. Awesome. I want more of that, right? Like, okay, they're telling you exactly what they're standing for, but they hide everything else. It's all inverted. It's all flipped around. Gods play in inversion. They make everything upside down, inside out, sideways, backwards, flip it around. The good becomes the bad becomes the good. Yeah. It's to explore the depth of hell, to live hell right here, right now, so that you can, quote unquote, go to heaven afterwards. Well, and after you leave religion, you sort of do go to heaven relative to the hell that you were in before. Instead of judging and suffering and struggling, putting yourself down, which is all built into the structure of religion, you stop doing those things, and all of a sudden it's like, wow, this is like heaven compared to the hell I was in. So it's a choice point. What do you want to do with that?
I want to break free from shit, man. I don't want to feel like this anymore.
Right.
I'm tired of hurting.
Right. And so it's, well, let me show you, tell you what, let me clear the God structure stuff that we can grab. And I'm out of time, but I'll go a little bit over. And then you can bring it back if you want it. If you go, oh no, I liked it better in suffering and struggle, then by all means, bring the stuff back in. But this is what it's about. This is the game right here, flat out, straight up. My interesting point of view. I'm not saying it's everybody's truth. This is what I perceive to be true, what binds people down, especially through religion. New Age does the same thing. It just does it in a more sophisticated way. The old time religion does it in a very crude, kind of clunky way. But it's both very effective. So allow yourself to perceive, I should start with agreements. So what are all the oaths, vows, commitments, communities, fealties, swearings, promises, agreements that you've made with any gods, angels, devils, demons? So it's like you make agreements with the gods to avoid the devils, but the devils are controlled by the gods. So you're actually, when you make an agreement with the god, you're making an agreement with a devil at the same time. Feel that? Like they're connected. It's the same coin. It's the same coin.
I feel it.
So what are all the oaths, vows, commitments, communities, fealties, swearings, promises, agreements, contracts, entry, exit, re-entry agreements, divine, golden, billion, trillion year agreements, safety, protection clauses, allegiances, alliances, loyalties, diplomatic relations, binds, double binds, triple binds, quadruple binds, binds beyond binds, binds to infinitum, auto install, reinstall, backup systems, technologies, black meta technologies, magics, anchors, black magics, and signatories. Wow. And can we destroy and create all of those?
Yes, I choose
I
that.
choose that. Resend, revoke, recant, reclaim, renounce, denounce, destroy, and create, make null, void, null, void, null, void, null, void, null, void, null, void, null, void. And just say out loud, null and void, null, void.
Null
I
and
make
void.
all these
Null
agreements
and void.
null and void, null,
I
void,
make all
null,
these agreements null and void.
null, void,
Null and
null,
void.
out.
Null and void. Null and void.
Whoa. Wow. And what are all the lineage agreements that you have around this? No. What are the security agreements you have with gods? Yeah. Okay. They've gotten more sophisticated. And so allow yourself to pursue all the security agreements you have with gods, and up on the screen. Oh, excuse me. Up on the screen, freeze lock. Whoa. Wow. Encapsulate. And let's take snapshots of those. And what is everything that these agreements desire or require? Let's do expanding. So allow yourself to expand, to connect to the authentic symbiotic planet, the green, vibrant, juicy living thing. There you go. And expand to bigger than the planet and bigger than the universe. And right there, I can hear God's going, no, you're not allowed to go past that. Right. Set them aside. And bigger than the multiverse and bigger than the beyondverse, because they can't control outside of those realms. They lose control. And bigger than the infinite realms. Allow yourself to connect into your authentic infinite being. However much you can, not the God stuff. There's like your soul is a God construct. Ignore that. Go to your authentic infinite being. It's outside of the infinite realms, or it's in the infinite, outside the infinite realm. Yeah, right there. And allow yourself to connect invite your body to connect into the authentic infinite planet, the authentic nurturing one, the one that feels good to your body, not the garbage one, not that one. Connected to, forget it. I don't have time to do this. So expand to bigger than the universe, multiverse, beyondverse, beyond that, beyond all that. So what is everything that these agreements desire or require in order to rectify, resolve, release them? Wow. And all that asset to amplify to precisely what's required, stack it up like paperwork, and hand it over to those agreements. Wow. And what is everything they desire or require of you to embody or become more of in order to release these? Wow. And ask all that to amplify times a funzillion. So it's fun. However you engage, it's fun. It's kind of like they require you to suffer in hell and to be burned at the stake and to suffer in all these unimaginable ways. It's like, we'll release the agreement once you've suffered in all these unimaginable ways. And what I'm asking you to do is to receive that, but we're going to spin it around. So they're saying, we'll release the agreement when you've suffered in all these infinite different ways. And so we're like, how can we make it look as though we have done all of that so those agreements release? So it's like, how can we amplify it times the funzillion? Like, what angle can we find that's fun? It's like, how can we put on a costume of, hi, I'm a charred human. Hi, I'm a, it's like, how can we pretend to be what they require? That's kind of what we're looking at. And now we're going to spin it around and keep spinning it around until we find kind of the way that it lands so it feels good. It's like, how do we keep, it's like you get an idea, you keep massaging the idea. Oh, well, we can make a cool Halloween costume. Oh, we can put a sheet of glass in front of us and we can spray paint on it the look of just a skeleton that's been abused and mutilated. Oh, we can, like, you're looking for these fun, different kind of playful ways, and allow yourself to receive those to your local advantage. And if it feels good, throw it out, because that's not the right answer. You want stuff that just feels good to you. It's just kind of like, we're just going to keep playing with it. It's where your playful, the part of you that looks to work around, like, oh, you want that, do you? Oh, well, then I'll give you that. Like, it's that kind of thing. We want to play with them, and allow yourself to receive the play with how you could play with them so it works for you and they get the stupid shit that they think they need. There you go. That works. Yeah, cool. And so what is everything remaining that they desire, require? And to rectify, resolve, release these agreements and stack it up like paperwork and hand it over. Wow. And what is everything remaining they desire or require of you to embody or become more of in order to release these agreements? Amplify that times a funzillion, frequency, spin it around to your advantage. Ooh, frequency match it to your local advantage and receive to your advantage. Oh, that is something cool. And what is everything remaining these secret agreements desire or require in order to rectify, resolve, release? Wow. And stack all that up like paperwork, frequency match it for the recipients, and hand it over. Wow. And everything remaining they desire or require, and ask it to amplify times the funzillion, so it's fun, frequency match to your local advantage, spin it around to your advantage, and receive to your local advantage. Wow. And can we destroy and create everything remaining?
Yes, I choose
Yeah,
that.
choose that. Boo. Crunch, crunch, crunch. There's one remaining. I see it like really thin. So it allows you to perceive all the remaining secured agreements and like pry them open. Like if it's like a door that seems like it's closed, pry the door open, put a wedge in it. Allow yourself to scan if there are other doorways. So body or body universe, show us the entrance way to provide the information here, make it glow. And there you go, freeze lock. And what is everything remaining these agreements desire or require? To rectify, resolve, release, stack it up like paperwork, frequency match it to the recipient, hand it over. And what is everything remaining they desire or require of us to embody or become more of? Amplify times the funzillion, frequency match, receive. Wow. And everything remaining, yeah, that's done. Destroy and create. Crunch, 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 crunch. Cool. Okay, so other remaining binds, we did that. What's the most direct way? So allow yourself to perceive what are all the remaining gods, angels, angel helpers, anything that considers itself holy, has lots of holes in it. I don't know. Holy, anything that considers itself angelic or any angelic helper beings, pre-tag, pre-capsit, freeze, tap down, trace, set, scan, ADL, and any of the demons, devils, pre-tag, pre-capsit, freeze, tap down, trace, set, scan, ADL. Interestingly, demons and devils are authentic. They tell you who they are and they don't play games with you. They're straight up. I'm here to control you. I'm here to punish you. I'm here to create suffering. They're straight up. They aren't the ones you got to worry about. The gods are the ones that are pretending to be good when actually they're inciting suffering and struggle while pretending to be good. So I actually prefer, if I have to have one thing in my reality, I'll have demons over gods any day. I'll get rid of all of them, but like they're straight up. They're easy to work with. Gods are a bitch because they play games with your mind. They're constantly playing games with your mind.
There's like something right in the center of my forehead, like my third eye.
Stop. Pre-tag, pre-capsit, freeze, tap down, trace, set, scan it down. And all of the controllers, handlers, commanders, customers, clients, shareholders, stockholders, board directors. That's a God thing. Customers, clients, shareholders, stockholders, board directors. And all their networks, hive, civilizations, universes. And where were we when all these energies were created, assembled? Wow, pre-tag, pre-capsit all, freeze, tap down, trace, set, scan it down. Gilded. Wow. So assembled, gilded are gods. Pre-tag, pre-capsit all. Aliens can be assembled too. Pre-tag, pre-capsit. Where they were sourced. Whoa. Pre-tag, pre-capsit all. At their inception, insertion, modification. Pre-tag, pre-capsit. At their corruption. Blah. Pre-tag, pre-capsit all. At their distortion. Pre-tag, pre-capsit. Freeze, tap down, trace, scan, ideal. Wow. And can we banish all these energies from all dimensions, realities, parallels, virtual reality worlds, simulations?
Yes, I choose that.
Yeah, I choose it. And out, banish, anchorage, out, banish, anchorage, out, banish, anchorage, out, resend the book. You can't reclaim vaporize, signify null void. Out, banish, anchorage, 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 out, banish, anchorage. Well, that got quieter really quick. Wow. Okay. And allow yourself to perceive what are all the remaining gods, angels, light beings, angel helpers, demonics, demons, pre-tag, pre-capsit, freeze, tap down, trace, scan, Adele, other customers, clients, shareholders, stockholders, board directors. Where were we when they were created, assembled, gilded, sourced at their inception, insertion, modification, distortion, corruption? Pre-tag, pre-capsit, freeze, tap down, trace, scan, Adele, pre-tag, pre-capsit all. Wow. And wow. And yeah, can we banish all these energies?
Yes, I choose that.
Out.
Yes, I choose
Banish,
that.
vanquish. Out. Banish,
Out.
vanquish. Resend, invoke. You can't reclaim,
Out.
vaporize, signified, null void. Out. Banish. And what is everything? There's a lot of knows. Let's grab all those. How much of their being knows? Some. How much of their body knows? Some. How much of their planet knows? Lots. How much of the universe knows? Some. And so to all those knows, if you knew what we knew about these energies, would you still hold on to it? And what are all the manipulations? So how much is the no, your local no, and how much are you manipulated to saying no by something foreign or outside of you? Oh, and everywhere that you're manipulated, all the identity theft, borrowed credibility, Trojan horses, inversions, inside outs, upside down, backwards, sideways, false reciprocal debt. You help me, so I have to help you. Encapsulate all that. Can we just try and create all that stuff?
I
Yeah, I choose that.
Choose that.
Crunch, 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 crunch. And what is all the? Yeah. So can we banish all these energies? Yeah,
Yes.
I choose that.
Yes,
And
I
out.
choose that.
Banish, vanquish. Out. Banish, vanquish. Out.
Out.
Resend, invoke. You can't reclaim, vaporize. Out. Banish, vanquish. Out. Banish. Null void. Null void. Out. Banish, vanquish. Out. Out. Banish, vanquish. Out. Banish. So, does your reality feel quieter now?
Yes. My
Yeah.
reality.
Yeah. So this is religion is that. What I do is this. So I'll let you choose, but the two of them are not compatible. Does that make sense? You can see where I'm going with that?
Yeah.
Yeah. They're not compatible. So my recommendation, if you want to move forward, is start with the false light series. Actually, I sent you an email of the things, but it's the false light clearing. That should grab the religious stuff as well. So go for it. A lot. It's the religion stuff is all a mind fuck. It's all the opposite. It's the opposite of what you think it is. And so it's about untangling all of those opposites and seeing what's really true.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome. Yes.